Let's talk about the hardest working machine in your entire home. Seriously, it runs almost nonstop, day and night, just to keep you comfortable. But, when it breaks down, it can feel like this huge, expensive mystery. Well, today, we're going to decode that mystery. We're going to give you the tools you need to take back control.
Oh man, you know this moment. It is the hottest, stickiest day of the year. The air is thick, and then nothing. Just silence. The cool air is gone. That little moment of panic, it's something we all know. But what if it didn't have to be like that? What if you actually understood what your system was trying to tell you before it gave up?
All right, so here's our game plan. It's pretty simple. First up, we're going to really get a feel for the massive job your HVAC does. Then we'll look at all the things in the environment that are basically attacking it 24/7. After that, the fun part. We'll learn to decode its warning signs, its little SOS signals. We'll even tackle that big repair versus replace question with a super simple rule. And finally, we'll cover what you should expect when you call on a pro.
So first, let's just take a second to appreciate this machine. Your HVAC, that's heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, it really is the unsung hero of your house. It's this complex piece of machinery that's constantly fighting a battle just to keep your home feeling, well, like home.
To really get a handle on the stress these systems are under, we're going to zoom in and look at a real-world example. Now, this one's from Matthews, North Carolina. But trust me, the lessons here show just how much our local weather can beat up on our home's comfort system, no matter where you happen to live. I want you to think about it like this. Your HVAC isn't just running, it's fighting a war, a constant, never-ending battle. Every single day, it's pushing back against brutal heat, freezing cold, and that sticky, soupy humidity, all just so you can be comfortable inside.
Okay, so check out these enemies. In a place like Matthews with that subtropical humidity, the AC has to do two jobs at once. It's cooling the air and it's pulling gallons of water out of it. That's a double workload. Then you've got spring pollen. That stuff can literally choke your outdoor unit, cutting its efficiency by 20% or even more. And the soil itself, that damp clay creates moisture in the crawlspace that can literally rust your ductwork from the inside out. It is a full-on assault from every angle.
So how in the world do you know when your system is in trouble? I mean, it can't exactly send you a text message, right? Instead, it sends out distress signals, symptoms. Our job as homeowners is to learn how to translate these SOS calls into information we can actually do something with. All right, let's do some decoding. You walk into your utility closet and see a puddle of water. It's terrifying, right? But it often points to one very specific thing. The condensate drain line is clogged up, usually with all the algae and gunk that loves to grow in damp, dark places. Or how about this one? The AC is on, you can hear it running, but the air coming out is warm. That's a huge clue that the outdoor unit, the compressor, isn't kicking on, which is often caused by a pretty simple and relatively inexpensive electrical part called a capacitor. Here are a couple more common ones. Your system is running constantly, just churning away, but it cannot get the house cooler than, say, 75 degrees. That could mean that airflow is being blocked, maybe by a super dirty coil inside the unit, or it could mean you're low on refrigerant from a tiny leak. And for wintertime, if the furnace just won't light up, it's very often a simple ignition problem, like a failed flame sensor. See, these aren't just random breakdowns. They are specific clues pointing to specific problems. Okay, eventually, every homeowner faces the big one, the big financial question: do I sink more money into repairing this old thing, or is it finally time to just replace the whole system? It's a really tough call, but luckily, there's a simple little rule of thumb that can help you figure it out. And that brings us to what's called the $5,000 rule. It's just a quick little math check that helps cut through all the noise and confusion. All it is this. You take the age of your system, in years, and you multiply it by the cost of the repair you've been quoted. Let's just walk through it real quick. It's as easy as it sounds. Let's say your system is 12 years old, and a technician tells you it's going to be a $500 repair. Okay, you just multiply 12 years times $500, and that equals $6,000. Since that number is over the $5,000 threshold, it's a really strong sign that you should seriously consider putting that repair money toward a brand new, more efficient system instead. Now, of course, the rule is just a guide. It's not a command. Repairing makes sense sometimes. It's a lower upfront cost, and it's a great choice for a newer system that just has a one-off issue. Replacing, yeah, it's a bigger investment, but it can slash your monthly energy bills. And it finally solves that headache of dealing with constant breakdowns on an older unit. So now, let's say you've made the decision to call for help. You need to know what a quality, professional, and honest service experience is supposed to look like. This is all about making you an informed customer so you know you're not getting taken for a ride. A real pro isn't just going to show up and start swapping out parts. They're going to communicate. They'll give you an arrival window and call when they're close. They'll ask you what's been going on. Then they'll test things systematically, no guesswork. And here's the most important part. They should be able to physically show you the broken part, explain why it failed, and then give you a clear, written estimate with your options before they pick up a single tool. That right there, that's transparency.
You know, we've spent all this time talking about how to decode emergencies, but the single most important thing I can tell you isn't about repair at all. It's about prevention. It's the real secret to avoiding that gut-wrenching moment of panic we talked about at the very beginning.
And this right here, this says it all. I want you to really think about that for a second. Most of these catastrophic failures are not random. They happen because of neglected maintenance. The cost of having a pro come out twice a year for a tune-up is almost always less than one single stressful middle-of-the-summer emergency repair bill. It's not an expense. It's an investment in your own peace of mind.
So there you have it. You're not in the dark anymore. You know how to read the warning signs. You've got a simple tool to help you make those big financial decisions. And you know exactly what top-notch service looks like. The power is officially in your hands. So the only real question left is, what are you going to do to protect that unsung hero of your home?